Hey guys, this is Tableau of Epic High. A lot of people have been asking me, dude, what is this mindset thing all about? Is it like a new album? Is it like, are you making a movie? Did you just put out a new clothing brand? Well, rather than trying to explain what this is, here's a little snippet from my mindset. I hope you enjoy it and check out the entire audio collection of personal and intimate stories at getmindset.com. If you believed all those news articles about me when I was going through that huge scandal I went through, you would think of me as a fraud, or you would think of me as a bad person. But I'm a lot more than those words. I'm a lot more than these articles. I'm a lot more than whatever someone is saying about me, right? We all are. This totally interests you, right? You loved it, right? You can hear more exclusive untold stories and content at getmindset.com. Again, that's getmindset.com. Let's take on life together.
On this week's Nonsensible podcast,
Kiki-san, I'm gonna make you a star.
So
Art bro culture.
yeah.
What is art bro culture?
Bro, I don't like your design, bro. Lame, bro.
That's exactly it.
Naked people in a robot.
Oh, I like that one.
Hospital.
Yakuza.
Saul's on DOS. MS-DOS.
This is Nonsensible.
All right, guys, we're back on another episode of Nonsensible with Dave.
Sam.
And Saul.
We're here with a special guest. Please introduce yourself, special guest.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jimmy, also known as DeadlyJimmy. I'm a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, and what I do is I play games and talk smack in game. That's all I do.
What kind of smack do you talk?
I try not to cross the line, but I just like random encounters in game and just roasting people that I meet for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, although I do meet like female personalities, people that would have been popular if they weren't talking to me.
Oh.
So you make them famous.
I did. Some of the people that I met in game, they have become famous and became pretty much full-time streamers.
Wow.
Because of your interactions with you.
Yes.
Wow.
So what he'll do is for example, can I give an example?
Yeah.
There's this girl, Kiki-san, right?
Yeah.
And he met her on Valorant, a first-person shooter.
Mhm.
And she's very cute. She has a very cute voice, very cute accent. And he recorded his experiences with her, put it up on YouTube, and it became like a regular thing for them to play together. And he made a lot of videos with her, and now she's a full-time streamer.
Wow. So
You
you're out
made-
here changing people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
So prior to that, she was not a streamer at all.
No, to my surprise, she was streaming with one viewer.
Oh, wow.
So she was averaging like 1-2 viewers and had like 20 followers.
Uh-huh.
So the first video that I made with her kind of blew up on YouTube.
Mhm.
Didn't go viral, but it did pretty well on YouTube, and people liked her because she has a great voice. She sounds like a great person to me,
Yeah.
and people really liked her. So they were like, "Oh, what's her channel?" And they went over to her channel, and I think she has like 20,000 followers. That's pretty significant on Twitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
Wow.
And that's a big jump from 20.
Oh yeah,
From what was it? 1?
Yeah. 20 followers. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great.
yeah. And the thing is, people really love her, and when you're I hate to say it, but the way that streamers monetize their channels, it's just better for female streamers. They make more money if you have the same number of followings. And she does pretty well.
Oh, that's good.
Can you give us hey Kiki-san, I'm going to make you a star.
Kiki-san, I'm going to make you a star. He's already made her a star. So when you meet these people,
Can next time you do that, can we get you in like a button-up shirt and get you to unbutton it down to about your belly button?
yeah.
And get some big gold chains, and I want to see that hairy chest.
Yeah, I could look like that, or I could have a suit on. That's more what I think. Is like I should wear a wig with a part in my hair and have a suit on, and somebody believable, someone that you think might actually have some swing in the entertainment business. and I'll like come up from this camera. But when you meet these people on Twitch, do you ever end up meeting them in real life? Like, did Dave and you meet on the internet, or
Yeah, we met on the internet.
Yeah.
and then you met in real life? So that does happen. Is that weird?
It's not weird with him, but if I were to do that with like these younger girls, I think there's some weirdness. You know what I mean? I never really talk to especially when they're like girls. I never really talk to them in like outside the stream. You know, I don't message them and go, "Hey, how you doing today?"
Because you got some respect.
Yeah,
You don't want them to think that you're blowing up their DMs.
Well, also because there could be a misunderstanding that comes from in today's society. I think as soon as you slide, it's become like someone slid in my DMs.
Yeah,
There's a connotation that comes with that now. It's not like someone slid in my DMs to say hi. I want to get together and collaborate and make a YouTube video. It's kind of there's generally some kind of sexual connotation that almost goes with it now.
We live in a society.
yeah. And imagine.
we do live in a society,
right.
don't we?
that's right, Sam. We live in a society. Not sure.
Oh, that was a meme.
Yeah, so I think it's a little It's pretty I think it's healthier to keep your relationship what was I gonna say? More professional. Yeah, professional with them.
I can think of somebody who does that with their female guests and fellow YouTubers. It's a
Who?
guy named Dave. He does that with Arena and Jane and all these other people.
Yeah, very
No.
platonic.
very-
Professional.
Yeah.
Mm,
I've not gone so as far as to even touching Arena's hand before.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird.
you've been,
No, I mean, you guys are like high five.
What should I be doing? Just like,
I'm saying a high
he's
five
like he's
or
like
something.
even just like
oh yeah, I mean, I've had high, but I'm, what do you want to say? I've never,
he's never held her hand. I think
I've never gotten smooth with her.
Okay.
smooth, very
Very smooth.
sophisticated there.
I've never gotten smooth with Arena
Have you been out? You've been out to dinner with her though, like
because she's asked me to buy me dinner, buy her dinner after a shoot. Like, hey, good filming dinner. I'm like,
yeah.
all right, I got you. She eats a lot, but anyways, sorry. Go.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, in all honesty, it would be fun. It would be fun to just go ahead and, slide into someone else's DM. Hey, you wanna like work with me?
Yeah,
I see talent in you. You wanna work with me?
yeah,
Let's meet up and do a business meeting with me.
yeah.
I've never done that. It would be fun. Though.
Jimmy.
It would be fun.
Like sexy
Well,
Jimmy.
But have you ever considered it in a professional situation? I mean, there's obviously other streamers out there or people that you play games with, and you think, well, it would be great to maybe make contents with this person just because I think they've got a great personality.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever thought about it in a professional?
Oh yeah. If it's mutually beneficial, I think I would do that. Yeah.
Mm.
It's just that it's when you get someone else involved and it becomes a regular thing. I'm sure you guys know it's unless you know that person really well, it can really get out of control. Like you have to manage their emotions and all that.
Mhm.
And
Especially when there's money involved.
yes. And imagine, let's say I have a guest, a regular guest, and I'm making, whatever I'm making, and they're not making anything or they're not making as much.
Mm.
Then at one point they'd be like, hey, am I wasting time here? And I lose my regular guest. It's not going to be a good look. And how much more am I getting in return for this risk, right?
Mm.
So that's why I actually like being a YouTuber in that sense because I don't have a boss. If things tank, if I don't do well, then I can only hurt myself, and I don't have other people involved. Moving light.
Have you guys ever done a video together?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it wasn't a video that's relevant to our concept of what we do, but we did a video together. We made a hat.
You made a hat.
We did.
Hat.
Oh, that's
That's the end of the story.
Yeah, we made a hat.
Yeah, and
What-
it was
What kind of hat?
it was
We went to
made
a
it,
hat
yeah.
shop.
I think I have. I think I have seen that. Songsedong.
Yeah, and no,
Wait,
Yoni,
Hapjeong.
near your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. It's
So like a cool, like a grown man hat, not like a baseball
like,
cap.
No.
you know, like,
No, it was it wasn't a cool grown man hat. It was just a hat.
like those people that make hats. Like how there are places where you can go and make leather. You can make like wallets and whatnot. but there are places that make hats, like
Yeah.
proper hats. It's one
But I
of
mean,
those.
a hat
I don't
could
even know
mean-
what they're called. What are a hat?
Weird Al
makers called?
Yankovic had an album called like Pink Poodle Hat. There are hats that are
This guy
circle
makes all
brims.
kinds of hats. This guy makes hats with brims, without brims. He makes beanies.
Fedoras.
This guy's passion his entire life has led up to hats. That's his passion is hats.
Hey, man, I respect that.
Yeah,
Me too.
He's really good at making hats too.
I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing at him not wanting to tell me what kind of hat you guys made.
He made a
Video game
hat based on a video game character named
Watson.
Watson from Apex Legends.
That's what I wanted to know.
It was pretty silly. It was cute though.
Yeah. Do you still have that hat?
Oh, I do. Sometimes I wear it in the stream. People
Yeah.
would ask.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute little hat.
I want to ask you about the name DeadlyJimmy,
Good question.
Oh.
because you have this personality that has like I can't kind of envision any kind of deadliness to you whatsoever. You just seem like the nicest kind of
You
person.
seem really kind.
Yeah. Like, are you like some kind of silent assassin that kind of.
Have you seen him with his shirt off?
Well, I've seen photos, yes. But that still doesn't, like, when you
They
say.
cut stones with those abs.
But deadly for me is still, I don't know. I'm thinking aggressive. There's got to be some sort of aggressiveness behind this facade.
Well, it's kind of a random name that I came out with. So my game tag used to be Fat Jimmy because when I was a teenager,
Mhm.
up until when I was like 15, I was obese. I was like, I wouldn't say just obese. I was like extremely obese.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you're talking like, I think I was like 5'8" and well over 200 pounds. Well over 200, 230-ish.
What's that in kilograms?
So that'd
in
be
kilos,
about
that'd be like 110,
Yeah.
over
Damn.
110.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Big.
And so he used to be Fat Jimmy, but people started taking Fat Jimmy name because I would sign up for a game and the
was
name's
already
already taken. Yeah. So I was like, I was trying to come up with the new name, but by then I was I started working out when I was pretty young, so I was fit. So I was like, I need a better name. I deserve this new name, Deadly Jimmy. So I went from Fat Jimmy to Deadly Jimmy.
That's like a 180-degree turnaround.
How old were you when you started working out and transforming into Deadly Jimmy?
I think I was like 16. I started pretty young. Honestly, my physique didn't change since I was like 19, 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just so the first few years I would see me like getting fitter and fitter, like while I was a teenager. And then after that, it's like, trust me, I don't take steroids. So
Yeah.
after that, I was like, I think there's a plateau. I just don't, there is a little bit of progress even after that, but it's not significant. So I've been the same body shape since I was like 20.
Wow.
That's pretty hot.
Well,
dude.
you look good.
Thank you.
You look good.
What was the turning point for you?
Well, being obese. So
Was it your parents? Was it a health issue? Was it
well, I never had great experience being a fat little boy, especially growing up in Korea, and then I moved to Canada when I was like 14, and being a fat little Asian boy in Canada in a Canadian high school, where
Kids are
there's like,
harsh, right?
it's horrible.
Kids are
It
mean.
it's not good.
You were mean too, right?
Yeah, I was kind of mean.
Well, it's all right. I was mean too. And
were you when you moved there at that age? Were you speaking English fluently?
no,
Oh man, that
Absolutely
must have been really
zero.
So that would have wow. So that must have been really tough.
so it's worse if you don't speak English
Yeah.
because you have no means to like fight back. You're not gonna physically fight anyone.
Well,
So-
even verbally, there's no. What are you going to say if someone comes up and starts teasing you? Like,
right.
What's your comeback?
It's well, I don't have a comeback, so I feel like silent. I know enough to understand what they're saying to me, but I wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't speak English well enough to like speak anything back at
What
them.
would they say?
They'd say something like, anything like
I want to hear it.
anything as childish as like squinty eyes, anything from that to like just any little thing to ridicule you. I think it's
Yeah.
just it's just kids thing.
Do you still resent those kids for doing that? Do you think about that still?
If I had to bet my life, I think they would be different people now. So I think it's pretty natural for those kids to be like, to find a victim somewhere, somebody that they can look down on. Like you'll see that in Korea too. Like of course, in Korea, like everyone's Korean, so there's no racism involved.
Yeah.
But there'll be a victim in the room always. I think it's a pretty natural behavior of us humans.
Yeah. What's up? Nothing.
I mean, that must have been like at such an important stage of your life, going through that transformative period of time. It must have been really difficult for you, having to learn a new language, being in a completely different culture,
Dealing with a weight issue.
Yeah, as well. I mean, how did you kind of deal with that whole period of your life?
You just lived through it. But one thing that I'm glad about is that looking back, I don't think I let that. So it's a crucial period of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that happen when you're in your teenage years, I think it can scar you for life. I think I did my best to not let that happen. Be that person that go, oh yeah, these people did that to me. Hold an unhealthy grudge, against them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they are different people now. I'm sure, and I can talk about it. And it's just funny now.
I mean, you've come out the other side incredibly positive, and I have to commend you on that. I mean, the reason I bring this up at the moment is because we're seeing so many issues, in particular with Asians.
Mm-hmm.
In the States, in other Western countries right now, who are dealing with a lot of issues with racism. There's a lot of attack on Asians because of the whole COVID issue, and a lot of people out there that are blaming what's going on Asian Americans and whatnot.
Right.
So I think right now it's a really important time that these issues obviously need to be talked about a lot more for people that have obviously dealt with them or are dealing with them.
Right. Well, I've been in the U.S. I returned from the U.S. last year too. Well, if you ask me if I experienced racism, there's no like surface level racism these days. At least in California where I was, no one's gonna call you, no one's gonna call you names or anything like that. Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just being I used to be a corporate worker. I used to have a proper job just last year. What I felt was that it's more like low-key racism that exists in this world than things that are too obvious. Because people know well enough to not call you names or be obviously that racist person in the room. But if you ask me being a hardworking, arguably pretty capable worker, an Asian worker in a corporation, how far can I get compared to maybe another person? A person that looks
Just say a white person.
a person that somehow looks more capable than me, and what are the chances of me like making it far like in a corporation? I would argue very, very low. That's just my personal opinion, but
I've never thought about that. I wonder what the statistics are. Like, I know that Asian Americans do really well in school and they're like killing it in all of the universities. But I wonder like what the percentage of people that actually like climb to the top of like a lot of corporate companies are, like whether or not that would reflect the high academics.
yeah, if you look at the list of board of directors in almost any corporation, they would have a disproportionate number of Asians.
Yeah.
Very low
Compared
extremely
to,
low, right, compared to others.
Was that a reason for you to leave your corporate job?
I'm not gonna say it's not a reason. It's one of the reasons. It's
Yeah.
one of the reasons. I saw that I'm not gonna make it very far,
Mhm.
and it's just my personality too. I wouldn't leave it. I wouldn't blame it on the fact that I am Asian. I think it's some of my personality issues. I wouldn't make the best corporate worker because
I think you seem too cool to be a corporate worker. You got a really like unique personality, I would hate to see you like locked up behind a cubicle. You know what I mean?
And for any amount of money, I just didn't feel like, because I'm delusional. I always feel like, hey, if I start doing this, it's gonna go well. if I do that, I'd be really good at it.
Yeah.
And I have been able to, back up my delusions so far, but we'll see
Nice.
how far I can get. But believing that I can go far all by myself, I just felt like I'm wasting time in a corporation. It's just an exchange of my time and effort versus some money they're throwing at me.
Not something that you own
Right.
yourself.
Right. It's I'm giving away my time. The products that I design, I don't own them. They own it. The paper, the corporation owns it. It's not me.
Tell them what you used to do.
What kind of design work was it?
Oh, so the thing that I used to do is it's called concept art.
Concept art.
Yeah, you guys play video games, right?
Yeah.
It's like designing the characters and environments for those video games
Cool.
or movies, or like it can be like a physical space, like theme park.
So you worked for a studio?
I actually ended up working at a tech company. Yeah, and I used to design their physical AI products. It was a cool gig.
So it wasn't just video games. It was kind of designing
right.
concepts for, like you said, it could be it could be the backdrop for a film.
Right.
Like for example, Avatar, and the background that they were in. They
Right.
needed
It can be the plants that are in that movie,
the planet,
the
even.
aliens.
Yeah. Oh wow. So what's your background in terms of education then? Is it in design?
Yeah. So I did go to this prestigious art school. It's called Art Center College of Design. It's supposedly one of the best design schools that you can go to. I don't know how I made it in.
Which one?
It's called Art Center.
Where was it?
It's in Pasadena,
Oh, okay.
California. It's a good school. It's they have a great work hard culture.
Mhm.
A lot of bro culture there too. I think I never had the discipline in me prior
Have you
to
ever done
that.
a keg stand?
What is that?
That's random.
Well, you just said there's bro culture.
A
A keg stand is when you know what a keg is? Like beer. The big things in America of beer that
The
they
kegs, like the
Oh.
barrels of beer.
have. Yeah, it's like where your buddy like holds you upside down and you put the beer in your mouth and everyone counts.
Oh,
and
no,
you try to
it's-
like drink as much beer as you
There's
can.
no
at one time.
party bro culture. There's art bro culture. So
Art bro culture.
Yeah.
What is art bro culture?
Yo, bro. Yo, I don't like your design, bro. Lame, bro.
that's exactly it. Like,
Oh really?
Wait, what?
Okay. Sorry. When you said bro culture, I was thinking exactly what Saul's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Well,
You're totally ripping off Van Gogh.
I think there's more. I would say it's more elitism than bro culture.
Elite,
So
elitism.
Yeah.
Bro culture is generally like, when you said bro culture, I thought you were talking about like fraternity brothers like hazing you for not taking out the trash or something.
Yeah.
but it's funny how like people used to like they'd be like friendlier to you if you're a better artist, if you can draw pictures better,
Yeah.
or they won't talk to you because you don't draw so well. It was kind of funny.
Kind of like clicky. Almost.
What's with your website? It's really slow.
Oh, it's I think the server is US based. That's why.
Is that it?
Are you trying to pull up some of the?
Yeah, I want to show you guys. I
Yeah.
think you guys
Yeah,
portfolio work.
I want to see it too.
Yeah.
What's the biggest project you worked on when you were designing? Then, if you can drop names.
Oh, well, I used to be a contractor for Snapchat. I think,
Oh really?
yeah, I think that's one of the better names. I used to work on their AR avatar designs.
So like some of their what are those
They're like filters.
filters and whatnot?
Oh no, those 3D Bitmoji characters. I don't know if you guys know them because they weren't very popular in Korea. But yeah,
All right, guys.
used to be a
Here you
thing.
go. Just scroll up and down.
You go first.
Just scroll down.
Holy
Whoa.
This motorhome exterior is that from Player? What was that game? Player One or?
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
No, it's my own design.
Damn, that is some amazing. How can I?
How can I describe this?
I cannot describe this and give it you can't describe it and give it.
I'll describe it.
You can describe it, but It's so good. that
Really don't.
All right.
My description would not
Spaceship, battle warrior, knife, diner,
crossbow.
motorhome in the future, robot holding a robot ball, a junkyard, robot drinking tea, naked people in a robot,
Oh, I like that one.
hospital,
Yakuza.
redneck robot. It is a redneck robot. Check it out.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, Humphrey and Mason.
Redneck robot, crossbow, fighter jet, cool car, Yakuza.
Wow, you're really talented, man. This is really cool.
Oh, I want to believe I am. Well,
No, like I don't know. I'm horrible at drawing. So like I see stuff like that and that just blows my mind. Like that someone could actually do that. Like I wish I could do like 5% of that.
Are you not an artsy type at all?
I do enjoy to draw, but I could never put anything to that level, like of that quality. That quality just blows my mind. That is just
Not with that attitude, you can't.
And you, yeah,
oh,
you have to say I can.
well, yeah, I wish I could.
Do you do you do the animation stuff for it too? Can you do all that kind of stuff as well?
no, I'm not the best at it. I'm just good at the drawing part of it.
Has technology made all that animating those kind of images like just 1,000 times easier?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because imagine making a cartoon like 20 years ago, having to like draw.
20 years ago, they had 3D cartoons. So
Okay, what about
you have to- 20 years ago was 2001, bro.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so-
Like Jimmy Neutron
my
and shit.
God.
Yeah, 2020 years ago.
Okay.
when I think of 20 years ago, I
Think
think of
about this.
1990.
Think about this. Since Pixar was originally something from Steve Jobs originally put it together with Apple.
Yeah.
So ever since Pixar was around, was pretty much digitized animation. Before that, when you think about the animations like the Flintstones and the Simpsons, and originally the Simpsons, I believe, was also cell animation, like the original first couple series. But Flintstones, Jetsons, He-Man, the older ones, that was all on cells. So it was like one cell you'd have to draw. And then the next cell, it'd be like, you remember those flip books?
Yeah.
That's how they used to draw
That's what I'm
animations.
saying. That seems like it would take forever.
Ever since Pixar, it's pretty much all been digital. Like you don't have cell animations anymore. Like you used to be able, you can still buy
By cells.
cell animations.
Mhm.
But the modern animations, they don't have them, so you can't buy them.
I used to buy anime cells.
Oh, really?
Really? You
Yeah.
can buy those?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can buy those.
I've got a few, but you go back, if you go and look on the internet and look at cell animation, it'll only be of older stuff. You cannot find any of the new animation.
Yep.
At all.
So like what I'm wondering is these days, could you design a character like you did right there? And as long as you designed it in the right compatible program, you could say, now make that character like do a flip. And the technology is like smart enough to make it do whatever motion.
Oh yeah.
No,
If
it
you know
doesn't
what
work
you're
like-
doing, though, if you know what you're doing, and if my character is built in 3D, like
Yeah.
as a 3D
That-
model,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
then-
what I'm saying. That's
then-
what
Oh,
I'm saying.
okay.
If it's just a picture that I drew, then of course not.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The program would have to be like compatible with it, right?
It's-
Created in 3D in
Yeah.
Programs with it, once you've got the model done and you put it in the program and set it up, like, yeah, you don't have to redraw that model over and over and over again.
It's not as complicated as it sounds with this technology nowadays. For example, let's say you draw a 3D model of Saul. Inside the model, you have like, I guess, how would I describe it? Keyframes, I guess. So like one for your head and a bunch of little dots that connect the arms and stuff.
Yeah.
And within it, you could just animate it to move along with whatever.
Yeah, so it's called rigging. So you'd have like rigging points. So
Yeah.
there's going to be like a skeleton
Mhm.
inside your 3D model, and then you would move those points. So there'd be like a point in your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder. So, and you would like move them you don't have to move them every frame. You can like kind of like create
Mhm.
key points
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
connect them. So in a way, it's much faster than 3D modeling and animation. It's a lot faster than like having to draw every frame of the
Mhm.
second.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how it's changed it in terms of pricing, but animation still can be very expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of work too, and you have
Yeah.
to know what you're doing too.
Yeah.
But I think there's something aesthetically pleasing about the old hand-drawn stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
Even stuff like anime. If you look at like old 90s and 80s anime, there's
Oh,
something
it's-
about
yeah.
it's aesthetically,
looks
it's just
dope.
so cool. Like old stuff like Akira, and
Yeah, I was just about-
Evangelion, stuff like that. It
Yeah.
just looks so cool.
It's all like it's also nice when you look at the original stuff and you can actually sometimes see that there are slight mistakes.
It makes it more natural.
Exactly. Now that it's all
Yeah.
digital, it's just like you draw it. They've drawn it in there, and it's just all digitized. So it doesn't have any of the imperfections,
Right.
And it just kind of takes it away. Life has so many imperfections,
Yeah.
and once you have a perfect animation, it's not like life anymore.
You ever see? I don't know. I know you guys probably don't, but Dragon Ball. There's Dragon Ball. There's Dragon Ball Z,
Mm.
and then they updated. They made new episodes. It's called Dragon Ball Super, and the animation now looks way worse than it did in the 90s because of what you're saying.
Mm.
The lack of imperfections makes it look so almost computer digitally created that it almost looks just. I don't know. It lost its character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like the really nice HD TVs now. They look so weird when they're like too perfect. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it looks with that high FPS
It
and
makes
stuff.
it makes
Yeah.
a dope music video look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Have you noticed that?
like film and television. It's like HD has changed it dramatically because it used to be lighting and makeup could cover up so much more, but not these days. It's just And
Do you guys
because of that-
do you want your media and your video games to look more real? Like I'm watching the video games now. Some of them almost look like real life.
It's kind of okay. It's at an awkward point right now because, like you said, it looks like real life. Things like cars and environments, they look almost photorealistic, but they still have yet to get people down. So characters and stuff, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Sam, but they almost look clay-like still. So it looks really unnatural with a perfect backdrop. I don't know. There's something awkward about the graphics these days.
I mean, you've got cut scenes which look a lot more realistic, but then when you go in game again, and then all of a sudden it changes, and you've got them looking like claymation, but then you've got like some of the movements where, for example, a car hits a character and the character just jumps around like a rag doll.
Yeah. I know
So
what you're talking about.
there's all these different elements in a game that kind of change it for me.
It's awkward.
There are certain games where I do like it to be a lot more realistic, but it's also based on the storyline and I think the environment of the game as well. Like games, for example, Super Mario. I never want a game like Super Mario to go too realistic.
Oh,
That's just
that
going to
would be
freak me the
Mario
fuck
just
out.
looked like me.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
It's just like me in overalls.
Soul dressed in overalls jumping around on my screen. I'd be like, turn that off. I don't
Stomping
want to
on
watch that.
mushrooms.
Would I be Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
So you're calling
Luigi's
me fat.
tall.
Okay.
Luigi's taller than you.
Yeah, I know.
But then you've got other games like we were talking about it before, Cyberpunk 2077. The realistic feel to that, I kind of appreciated what they were trying to do with that.
Yeah.
And I think it works on a game like that. I think Grand Theft Auto for me, the new Grand Theft Auto, when they bring Grand Theft Auto 6 out, I don't know if I want it to be super realistic.
Yeah, and if it was
I can't-
super realistic, they would have to take a lot of stuff out of the game. Like people already get mad when games are too violent. If it looked completely real, like in 20 years, I bet they will have the
Ugh,
technology
you get
to
to
do that,
someone's-
right?
Brains and
I don't want to watch. I
Yeah.
don't want to play a game like that.
That'll really change.
I don't want games like that. That's just I'm kind of can take things to the nth degree with that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to find any enjoyment in a game that's too realistic that involves murdering people.
I wonder if there's like a class. There's going to be like a class in college, like a video game ethics and shit one day.
There's stuff like that
Already?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how far we can push with VR too.
Mhm.
Imagine playing a VR game and you can do all kinds of messed up things in it.
Yeah.
There already seems like there are some VR games out.
Yeah,
there
it
like
just
that.
doesn't seem real yet because the technology is just not there. The hardware is not there. You can you can actually see every pixel. Like if you would focus, like you can see the pixels in it. But if somehow we made it in a way that it's like a contact lens that you wear, and you can see like you can experience everything like it's real, and you can do things in it that you would never be allowed to do in real life. Yeah, things that are violent. Can we allow that? But these are digital people. Like, what's wrong with like murdering digital people? We've been doing that in like on the monitor the entire time. So why not?
I mean,
I don't know. For some reason, I want to say maybe we shouldn't do that.
No, but I think it also like Jimmy said, it also brings up a very interesting topic. You know, is it also going to help some people? You know, we also have people out there that are on the borderline of being very dangerous if we don't kind of get them help. And could this kind of help them with their mental issues? You know,
Whoa, this could get really deep.
VR girlfriend Cassandra that keeps, you know, Eddie in line. You know, it's true though. Sam, there's people that do crimes and stuff out of desperation, you know, longing for something or, you know, a lack of being able to filter their, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Desires.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. You know, you start taking things away from people. You start making things. You take access away from, you know, of certain things, and people are going to find a way to get access to it one way or another, even if it is illegal. They're still going to go out and do things that they shouldn't be doing.
It would be so cool if you could like have the VR connect to the neurons in your brain. And if you were somebody that has like issues with food, you could just go ham on whatever kind of food you wanted. And it would actually like trick your brain into thinking you were eating it and you get all that pleasure out. But you can still have a body like this guy when the game's over.
Honestly though, I think that happens in our lifetime. Probably not too far from now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that kind of what Neuralink is about?
Yeah.
Being able to...
But imagine like being able to like communicate with each other, like with this like chip in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like almost like without a language. So there's no language barrier at that point, right? It's I can get somebody that just came out of a forest, like he's in like he's some like a tribal,
like in the Amazon,
some tribal dude from Amazon, and I get him a chip, I get myself a chip, and in a millisecond, like we can share like all kinds of information.
He can teach you how to cook up a Jaguar.
Yeah, in a millisecond, I know everything he knows.
Yeah,
He'd know
that's
everything
crazy.
I know.
That'd
be insane.
terrifying.
Yeah,
That's kind of scary.
That would
I could download Deadly Jimmy's abs to my own body.
universities would end.
Yeah,
That would
education.
end education.
That would just destroy education instantaneously.
According to a lot of people, the internet has already done that, you know?
I would be concerned about being connected 24/7 though.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine having people being able to call, like having a chip in your head and having people being able to call you whenever they wanted?
Yeah.
Imagine relationships too.
Oh my god! How annoying would that be? You, like just want to get some time to yourself, and you can't get you can't turn. Like now, you can turn your phone off, or you can go and hide. You know, you can pull the covers over your head and just go to sleep.
Yeah.
But having that behind your ear,
If one of
it's like,
Deadly
you've got
Jimmy's
no
Twitch,
time to yourself. It's like,
if one of Deadly Jimmy's Twitch crushes knew what he was really thinking.
Imagine being able to go, hey, so we're about to start a relationship. Here's everything I know, everything I've done. Give me everything you've done.
oh no!
And then the
one
moment that
would
happens,
date.
I'd be like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm out, bro.
Dude, there's gonna be different terms too. Like instead of slipping into someone's DM, slipping into someone's neurals.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of stuff.
How would trust issues work?
Oh,
Like
just-
because you wouldn't like trust would just if you were doing that and connecting and you were transferring like files of whatever, here's everything
Yeah.
I've done, here's everything you've done.
It would be the end of jealousy.
Everything's out in the open. So trust is all of a sudden like it's completely transparent. It's like here's everything.
the future's scary.
Yeah, jealousy goes out the window. Trust issues go out the window. It's like now you know everything about me, warts and all.
Yeah. I guess
Here's every STD I've ever had.
I guess you could imagine a future where there are no lies. The moment you're born, you're given no choice to lie to people. Everything you know, they know.
Yeah.
Everything they know, you know. So it's like you could say it's like a next phase of evolution.
But that would imagine what that would do to politics. politicians would be, what would that do to politicians? Like their policies, they're like,
I don't know.
oh my
I hate
goodness.
this. I hate this conversation because I think things I don't believe, but I just think because it's funny. But I think a lot of horrible things. Like,
like as in, haha,
you know
funny?
what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Just
just-
everybody
yeah.
has morbid
Yeah.
thoughts for no reason.
Yeah.
Everybody has morbid thoughts for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to put a needle in that person's eye. Okay, I'm just gonna.
I don't know if I think that.
Yeah, I don't go the needle.
Yeah, maybe not the needle, but yeah.
I think things just for no reason at all.
Yeah.
You just
And you're worried that people will find
what
out
if
that
somebody
information.
says like, why was he thinking about? I don't know.
You just
And you
hope
know-
that you don't have to share that information with that person.
And you know when you're trying not to think about something, it makes you think about it
Exactly.
even more. I've had times in my life where I've had like that I like words that I shouldn't have in my head. I just can't get them out of my head.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what about
Nasty.
like nasty? Like, I don't know. I'll see a pretty girl and I'll just go, damn.
No, you could walk.
You know what I'm talking
You know,
about. You just,
man, I can't get it out of my head. Damn.
You could walk over and go, here's what I'm thinking.
like,
Do you
Are
really
you
need
down?
to walk? Do you really need to walk over? Can't you just transfer that file?
That's true. That's true.
No.
Couldn't you just like
You can
Dropbox
air-
it to her?
Yeah,
don't
you
like
can just
the future.
airdrop it.
You want to see what? You want
Airdrop it.
to
Yeah.
see what? If you could download my brain, you know what you'd see? This guy right here.
What iOS are you? What operating system are you running on? That's the big question.
It's just
Saul's
this on
Saul's
replay,
on a
baby.
Windows 95. Saul's on a Windows 95.
Saul's on a dial-up modem. What are you talking about?
Saul's on DOS, MS DOS.
I don't know. I think that was pretty clever. That joke I just
It's an
made.
Apple II.
Apple II? Is that what you said? The one that was like a box.
Yeah, the Apple II.
It does seem like technology is advancing at a rate that, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Life is becoming so much more comfortable, and there are so many benefits that come out of it. And I know people like Dave that are early adapters and love technology. And Jimmy, obviously, you know, you deal with technology on a daily basis, so it's something that you really appreciate as well. But there are also so many scary notions that just seem to be coming from technology, the more advanced it gets. And like, I don't know, I'm not so worried about myself, but having 2 young children,
Right.
I'm thinking about by the time they're my age, they're going to be living in a completely different, like, it's a different world for them already. Like, I have, and William, what is he? So he turns, he's yet to turn, he's 4 right now. And he's got his own iPad. Like, he's, you know, he's well versed in how to use an iPad. Like, I've never taught him. He
That's
just teaches
insane.
himself.
At 4? What were you doing at 4? You were eating poop, weren't you?
I was putting on my He-Man underwear backwards so I could see the picture on the front. Speaking of He-Man earlier.
I when I was 4, the concept of an iPad, the concept of an Apple Watch where you could, you know, even the concept of Dick Tracy talking through a watch like a telephone, even
It seemed ridiculous. Yeah.
even a mobile phone was unimaginable when I was 4 years old.
What was
You're just
that?
drinking beer out of a sippy cup at 4 years old in Australia.
No, it's like when I was 4 years old, I think I was hanging off the washing line and I was getting swung around on that. It was,
Oh, that
like,
sounds fun.
but the technology is just out of control. We have electric cars, Teslas that run on electricity. You know, this was they
One of my
drive
friends-
themselves. They drive themselves.
One of my friends listens to our podcast and they were like describing everyone's personality the other day. And this is exactly what they said that Sam talks about. But technology is getting out of control.
I sit at home and I watch my kids, and I'm like, even today, both my boys, they've got tonsillitis at the moment. And I came home this morning, and they're sitting at the table, and they're watching. I don't know what they were watching, something or playing a video game on bloody iPads. They're sitting there next to each other, just. I'm like, It really blows my mind.
Do you want to have kids one day?
I haven't really thought about it. If I had to bet, I think I probably will.
Yeah.
Well, I can create a child by myself, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
You got to slide in somebody's Twitch DMs.
with technology, you actually can. It is amazing what you can do with
With a
technology.
3D printer.
Yeah, maybe I'll get myself some VR children.
With your VR waifu.
VR wife too.
VR wife.
And she stays perfectly beautiful the entire for as long as I live.
She stays 26.
How old are you?
I'm age reveal. I'm the same age as Dave.
Oh, okay.
89.
Is it weird to ask people their age? I shouldn't do that, huh?
No, you can.
No?
Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
How dare you?
I don't know.
My birthday was this weekend. How old do you think I turned?
I would say somewhere around our age, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was asking for a confirmation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I turned 35
Oh, okay.
this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
You,
Happy birthday.
you don't look a day over 24.
Yeah, I don't think I look a day over 29.
We didn't ask.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, you look
prick.
young too. I feel like
I am.
I feel like all my friends could be
pricks?
like in their 20s or in their 30s. You can't tell, right?
Yeah.
Dave could be in his 20s or his 30s.
No.
No?
What
not
as
anymore.
opposed
I'm
to
past
what?
that.
I'm saying it's good to look like you could be in your late 20s when you're in your 30s. And all my friends are doing that, I think.
Have you guys seen like TV shows from like 20 years ago and you look at people that are like in their 20s, 30s, they look so much older?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about when I was a kid? This random story. I was watching Spider-Man, the Spider-Man from the early 2000s with Tobey Maguire, the good ones. And the high school students, at the time, they looked like high school students when I was a kid. But I look at them now, I'm like, those are a bunch of 33-year-olds.
Yeah, because
What
they
the
were, right?
Like, wait,
Then
what?
when you look back at them now,
No, but when I was a
Because
kid,
they were
though,
out of work actors.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, though, I didn't think that.
Yeah.
They looked like high school students when I was a kid. When I was in like middle school, it's like, oh, that's what high school students look like. But now I'm just like, that guy's 33.
He's not in high school.
did you ever see?
Get away from Topanga.
Did you ever see
Topanga.
21 Jump Street when Johnny Depp was in it, the TV show?
No.
Or was that
no,
before
sorry.
your time? It's like there was always those TV shows when you had these high school kids. It was about high school kids, and it was like 30-year-old actors playing high school kids. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't get. Why can't you get actors to play their
Well,
age?
when you're a kid, you don't notice it. You didn't notice that when you were a kid, though.
Well, Johnny Depp playing a high school student when he was in his like mid-20s kind of felt weird.
Even
that
when
man
you
is
were a kid
grown
watching.
man sexy. Ain't no way he's in high school.
But not even that. But the thing was, like 21 Jump Street, he's an undercover cop. So, as an undercover cop, he's already in his 20s. So the character's in his 20s playing a high school kid. And it's kind of like, why do these high school kids not realize that this guy is in his 20s playing a high school kid? It's kind of like, duh.
Because he's so dreamy. That's
Can I
why.
say, that when you guys said that you made hats together, the first thing I thought of is like a Johnny Depp hat. You know, like the hats.
A
Just
fedora?
those dumb hats with like feathers and that he always wears, you know?
Ah.
That's what I thought of. That was the first image that popped in my mind.
All right, guys. We're gonna have another episode with Deadly Jimmy coming soon. But before we end today's episode, I want you to shout out anything you'd like to plug on
Oh.
our podcast.
Deadly Jimmy, all one word on YouTube, and Deadly Uncle Jimmy on Twitch.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're an uncle.
Well, I'm not an actual uncle, but
It means like Ajushi.
yeah.
Ah, cool. Fair
Yeah,
enough. Anything else? Insta?
Oh, Deadly Jimmy. If you guys want to check out my topless selfie, shirtless selfies, go check out Deadly
Oh,
Jimmy.
you got your shirt off on that thing?
Go follow.
Yes, shirt off of that thing. Go follow.
It's going straight
I'm a-
for
Hello.
it.
I
Hit the
gotta,
scale.
I gotta get those clouds. Make money.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
following you right now.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and give us our little outro, Sam.
all ready to go. Okay, if you want to watch this podcast in its entirety, you can check us out on YouTube at The Dive Studios. You can also find us on Instagram at The Dive Studios. If you'd like to listen to the podcast, you can find us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. On Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review because we love them very, very much. Of course, Deadly Jimmy, thank you once again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Forward to you joining us again very, very soon. Guys, thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Very nice to meet you all.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Annyeong. Oh, did you like that? There's plenty more where that came from. Subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Turn on notifications so you don't miss any more content.